Hey guys, it's me, and today I'm going to be doing a review of the Team of the Year Shaqiri from FC Basel, Swiss. And first of all, I'm just going to pull up his in-game stats. So as I go through these, some of his better standout stats: 85 crossing, 89 dribbling, 81 finishing is okay, I guess, 83 free kick accuracy, 84 long shots. He only has 77 ball control, which is surprising because he definitely does feel like a good dribbler. He also has 89 short pass, 90 shot power, only 70 volleys, which kind of sucks. He's pretty short. He's a right winger, left footed, high medium work rates, 4-star skills, 4-star weak foot, both pretty good. And the left footedness means you can play him on the right and cut inside and finesse on his left foot. His physical stats are pretty good too. 93 acceleration, 95 agility, 96 balance. This guy is sort of like a Riri type player. 73 jumping, 77 reactions, 88 sprint speed, and 68 strength. So some pretty decent stats there, but they're nothing amazing really for a Team of the Year player. His on-card stats: 90 pace, 75 shooting, 81 passing, 85 dribbling, 66 defending, and 61 heading. So some pretty decent stats there too. I'm going to move on to the gameplay now, and I'll start off with his pace. He feels decently quick, not sure about 90 pace. Couldn't seem to outpace the other team's defenders very often, as opposed to when I was playing against someone like Cisse maybe, or Pato. I don't know, they just seem faster. It seemed much easier for them to outpace my defenders than it was for me to outpace theirs, even though both of our defenders were about the same pace rating. So I don't think this guy really lives up to his 90 pace. He's not someone you want to use if you are going to try and burn people every single time down the wing. So next is his shooting, 75 overall. He actually has some pretty decent in-game stats, but as you'll see from these clips, he just could not score at all for me. He had a lot of chances on his left foot. I don't think he didn't have very many on his right foot, but his left foot is his stronger foot, so it was kind of surprising that he couldn't score at all, really, as I found that most Team of the Year players I've used so far actually have pretty good shooting, even if their stats are pretty low. I was playing him as a right wing in a 4-3-3, which meant he was out wide a lot of the time. He still got to cut in and take shots, but that may have affected his effectiveness as a sort of secondary striker rather than a winger, which you might not want to play him as. Next is passing. Not really too much to say about this. I find that most players' passing is pretty much the exact same, although this guy does seem to have some pretty nice crossing. Got a couple of assists for me on his right foot, which is pretty good. So presumably his left foot will be even better, but he swung in some nice crosses. So yeah, pretty good crosser of the ball if you do want to run down the flanks. The next is dribbling, 85 dribbling. This is probably the best aspect about him. Definitely feels like a quick dribbler, and like I said before, similar to Ribéry, except a bit worse probably, but very similar apart from the 4-star skills, and slightly slower. He's got great ball control, and he actually managed to dance around a couple of defenders quite a few times. But unfortunately for me anyway, he did not have the finish to match his movement, so really I think, to be honest, this guy would probably be better off if he was a left winger, and then you could just run down the left and cross it in with him. That's probably the best use for him. He did actually make some pretty decent runs. There wasn't anything too amazing, but he did actually make some pretty decent runs, probably because of his high attacking work rate, but he did seem to have pretty decent positioning, and he was in position to pick the ball up quite a fair bit. He's really not very expensive at 18k. Again, like Frei, not in the best league, but you really don't have to spend too much to get him. So my verdict on this guy would be pick him and Frei up and try them out in the same team in like a hybrid or something, and you may or may not like them. Shaqiri I would give a 7 out of 10. 7 out of 10 on the rating scale, because he just doesn't feel as fast as his card says, and also because he just couldn't score for me at all. But his dribbling did sort of make up for it, and he did get a couple of nice assists, like I said. 4-star skills is always nice too. So yeah, I hope you enjoyed this video, and I'll see you next time for another Team of the Year review. Indeed.